Here's a quick couple of clips from Steve building the Relic part of the Damascus for this build. His channel is Green Beetle. Most of you should already know that. Go check out his channel for the full video of him making this Damascus. Link will be in the description. Okay, folks. So this is pretty cool. So we're calling this Relic Damascus. This is from Steve at Green Beetle. I'm sure you guys all know who he is. So what he did was he made a canister Damascus. What he did is take offcuts from other Damascus projects, put it in the canister, and forge weld it using powdered steel. And so you end up with random patterning from the relics of other Damascus, which is really, really cool. So what I'm going to do, and per his suggestion, I am going to create edge material for this. So I'm going to make a bar of twisted Damascus. I think what I'm going to do is cut this in half, because it's nearly it's 3/4 of an inch thick. So that's a lot. Right now I could definitely make an integral with it and all sorts of other stuff. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to split it down the center and put an edge bar of twist on both pieces. And the reason I plan on doing that is because if I fail at making one of these properly, I still have a second bar to work with to finish a knife. And that'll give me this will give me enough for two knives. I may do integral because of how thick this bar is, and then also how thick of the edge material I'm going to do. So basically I'm going to double the size of material with the edge material. I'll have to figure all that out. I may thin this up a bit. I may forge it down a bit and then put the edge material on so that I have more of this showing. And because the edge material I'm going to do is a twist pattern Damascus, a tight twist. And I think that'll look really, really cool alongside the relic pattern. Anyway, folks, stay tuned. I am using my DMF Toolworks square and center scribe to mark a center line on the spillet so I can cut it out on the DeWalt bandsaw. So I am starting to forge out a pre-made bar of Damascus. This is about a 40-layer bar. I'm forging it out to make a twist Damascus bar. So I gotta forge it out, basically elongated square, so that way I can get it ready for twisting. After I got the bar twisted well enough, I took it back to the power hammer and squared the bar out, so that way I could start prepping the surfaces by grinding them, removing any cold shuts that the twisting caused, so that I could prep it for forge welding to the Relic billet. So right here, I just tack welded the two pieces of steel together to prep them for forge welding. The shiny bit is the twist Damascus, the other one is the Relic. This is a pretty important step when doing kind of this type of butt welding, or edge welding, whatever you want to call it. What happens is when you're forge welding these two pieces, you create a seam on the sides, and if you don't grind that seam out during your later forgings, that seam can open back up. Basically, you're creating a cold shut when you're forging these. So you want to grind down, make sure everything's forge welded properly, and then you can go through and throw some on there and make sure everything else is really clean. As you can see, I'm just trying to get it as clean as possible to make sure that I don't have any delams or any cold shuts or anything like that before I go back and continue this billet out. What you see me doing here is lobbing off the tip because of the way the edge bar is set up. I've got to push the edge bar back so that it's the entire edge of the blade. That's what you see me doing here as I forge that back into itself to get that twist Damascus following the entire edge instead of having partial Relic Damascus at the tip of the knife. I like to normalize 3 times, usually at 1500 degrees, and I do this before I drill my holes because that way when I start drilling my holes it's at one of the most softened states it's going to be at before I harden it. So I'm not going to destroy a drill bit or take too long drilling my holes. Just marking out my holes right here. I use a set of calipers to get the general center of my handle. Because of the way my handles are shaped, there's no center line that goes all the way down them. So you kind of have to scribe 2 lines and then find the center of that and make sure it follows the flow of your handle. Right here I'm using this carbide marking scribe to get lines. And then I'm using a center punch to mark out my holes. And what I'll do is I'll mark out the top hole and the bottom hole, and then I'll take my calipers again, and I will get the general center based off of those holes. So that way it never looks off. I will have center based off of the holes I punched instead of center off of whatever I think is the center by measuring. This gives you a much cleaner looking pin layout. folks, we're coming to the end of this video. I appreciate everybody. If you've made it this far, it means a lot. Go check out Steve's channel, Beetle. I will put a link in the description, as well as a link to a bunch of tools and stuff that I've used, as well as my grinder that I use. And I will also be putting videos at the end of this. Please check those out, like and subscribe, do all of that stuff. It means a lot to me that my channel is very new, and Steve is somebody I have watched since I started knife making, so it means a lot to me that he was willing to do this collaboration with me. The Relic Damascus he made is absolutely phenomenal, so the chance to play around with some really crazy Damascus and do something out of the normal for me was pretty awesome. I didn't put any clips of me hand sanding, I just did the file work or whatever, cleaning up the handle, and sorry about the for some reason my mic for my camera didn't pick up anything that I recorded except for those first couple of clips. Anyway, check out these videos here at the end. This is the finished knife. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.